If you guys have been waiting on a review for this film and you haven't gotten it up until now, don't worry, I am here to give you the cure for your wellness. Or the cure for your disease. Or the cure for your anticipation. Hey, give me a break. I've been waiting for a movie with a title like this to come along so that I can have a string of corny ass jokes to go with it. So give me a break, come on. Terrible humor aside, The Cure for Wellness is a film directed by Gore Verbinski. I think I got his name right. Pirates of the Caribbean, Ringo, the first Ring movie. This guy's got a pretty solid catalog. It stars Dane DeHaan, who you guys might know as the STD Green Goblin from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Jason Isaacs, another actor that I really like. Mia Goth, who is kind of new to me. I don't really know that much about her. There is a young executive at a company who just got a promotion. It's a financial company. And he finds out that one of the members of the board has gone and lost his mind. Like, he sent a letter to the board saying, hey, well, I'm not coming back and blah, 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 right? So the members of the board holding some leverage over Dane DeHaan's character, they say, hey, you have to go get this guy and bring him back because our company is about to get into a merger or some shit. And so Dane DeHaan has to go out to Switzerland or New Zealand or wherever this place is to find this guy and bring him back in time for the merger. When he gets to this place, I mean, he finds out that it's really weird and it's just not what he expected. And then he starts noticing some creepy shit going on. He gets in an accident that gets him stuck there, and then we have our movie of creepy stuff. All right, enough of the chit chat. It's time to give you the cure. I literally could do this the entire review. I'm not going to though. Let's just get into it, guys. Visually, this movie looks immaculate as fuck. This movie is beautiful. Oh my god. Visually, this might be actually the most impressive movie that I've seen in 2017 so far. This is a cameraman's wet dream. I mean, the cinematography, the shots, the frames that this movie was able to push out. You guys remember that long ass shot of that train from the trailer? You know, the shot where the train is reflecting its body in the water or something like that, and it's just going into this long tunnel. That is the tip of the iceberg, my friends. The beautiful wide takes of the countryside and the landscape. I also have to give a hand out to the creepy imagery. There is some creepy ass moments and there is some creepy ass imagery in this movie, and those are really due to a couple of different things. One is the tone, and the other is the atmosphere, and the other is just the imagery itself. I mean, this movie does have a very creepy, dark tone, and it has a very, you know, uncomfortable atmosphere, and so that makes the imagery stand out even more. You ever see something really disgusting, or you see like bugs, you don't like bugs, or you see a whole bunch of spiders, and your skin just starts crawling, and you just feel like there's something, hey! You guys see that cockroach on my arm? Shit was huge, right? We've all had that feeling where we feel like there's something crawling on us for no reason at all, just because we saw something uncomfortable. This movie gave me that. I think Dane DeHaan is kind of an underrated actor, and I think he gives a really good performance in this movie. He's kind of a soulless douchebag. He's kind of an asshole. Over the course of the movie, you do get to understand why his character is like that, and I'll be honest, like, I just started rooting for him by the end. Jason Isaacs was really good. Mia Goth, a newcomer, she had a vulnerability and an adorable sense of innocence to her that I really liked. I would say that this film had a lot of interesting concepts that they threw out there about the body and about the mind and about water and about all this other different stuff. And then in the second hour of the movie, it just all came crashing down at my feet. Oh my god, this movie could have been so great. This movie is literally a mixed bag for me because overall I would say that the biggest problem I have with the movie is that things in the second half just don't measure up to the first half because they get really confusing and convoluted and muddled, and it takes a long time to get to the point that we know we're going to get to. The film tries to do too many things. It tries to start juggling too many things. It starts throwing too many things at you. Every time this movie tried to answer one of my questions, another question popped up, and it's not like the questions popped up in a good way, like, oh well, that makes me curious, I want to learn more about that. I mean, questions like, oh, well, that doesn't really make sense, and now I have a question about this, and huh? And honestly, some of the questions that I left this theater with were unanswered, and it's just really unsatisfying because we spent such a long time to get there. If I had a picture, and if I could put a picture to the face of the pacing in this movie, it would be a picture of a garbage can, because the pacing in this movie after the first hour is complete and utter shit. Did this movie need to be 2.5 hours? Like, did it really need to be? Totally rhetorical. This movie did not need to be 2.5 hours long. If you had trimmed the fat a little bit, gone on a diet plan, and just weighed it down, cut it in half, got it to to like an hour and a half or something like that, I think a lot of things in this movie would have held up. But they have to take such a long time to get there, and then things get so convoluted and messy and just muddled by the end that the narrative loses all sense of focus by the end of the movie. This movie had potential. This movie had some great things about it. I left feeling like I don't know how to feel about this movie. It's not good enough to where I can recommend that you go out and see it and that you spend full price for it. But then again, it's not bad enough for me to shit on it. It's not bad enough for me to say, hey, it's a guilty pleasure. You'll have fun with it. Well, it's gonna get the same treatment that every average movie that I rate in this piece gets. Cure for Wellness? Yeah, give it a one-way ticket to the Fortress of Solitude. Alright guys, that is my review for The Cure for Wellness. Be sure to go out and see that this weekend. If you like creepy stuff, I mean, this movie's gonna creep you out, guaranteed. Please like and subscribe, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.